Morning tea again. Morning tea again. Morning tea again. Sip, 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 sip.
Good morning and welcome to Morning Tea with Princess Ashley. I'm very excited for today, as well as you should be. We have a very special guest here. Ben Wayman will be joining us later on in the show, so get excited. If you haven't bought your tickets for Junior Senior, guess what? You're in luck, because they will be on sale for until Friday, so another couple days. So if you haven't gotten your tickets for Junior Senior yet, you're going to want to head either up to the Upper Union on Tuesdays and Thursdays, or into the DC any day of the week during lunch, because that's when they will be sold. And guys, like I've said, your girl, she might be telling you, oh, you don't have to go, but believe me, you have to go. Today, I read an article written by Abby Maurer. It's called The Diary of a Legacy, Being a Maurer. I don't know if you know this, but for over 40 years, there have been Maurers here on the Greenville campus. That's a pretty big deal. Abby lists the pros and cons of having so many family members on campus. She says it's really fun because you get to hear all the history about your family, and there's all kinds of cool things like stories, and then everybody knows who you are. But it's also hard because people think you have special privileges. And she says that being a Maurer doesn't really give you any special privileges. It's just puts you in a clump of people. She said it's kind of hard to make a name for yourself because you're just expected to be like every other Maurer who's passed through Greenville. So next time you see Abby or Andrew or Emma or any other Maurer out there, make sure you remember they are their own person. So that's pretty cool. Everything's pretty cool. Now, on to ironic and oddly specific news. I don't know if you know this, but Adam Crouch has cut off his mullet. I want to hear cheers. That's right, I hear you. I hear you through the screen. It's very exciting. I am thrilled to hear that Adam has cut off his mullet, and he looks adorable now. Way to go, bro. Also, Chad Moore has a girlfriend. Olivia Huber has finished writing her thesis. Andy Anderson found a penny heads up this week. Ivan Philby had an amazingly wonderful breakfast, so make sure you congratulate him next time you see him. And Tyler Merrill's girlfriend is back on campus. She's back in the United States. She's back in the country. Go say hello to Elise Cranston. Everyone is just freaking out. It's very fun. I don't know if you have heard, but there will be a festival this Saturday right here on your own campus, right here on Scott Field, starting at 2 p.m. They are holding Encore Fest. There's going to be great bands such as Crowns and a bunch of other great bands such as Nick Buffano and the Innocents. So you're going to want to make sure you head out there. There's going to be food. If you're on the meal plan, you'll just be able to use your meal plan to get the DC food outside. Or if you're in the community or in St. Louis or Hi Mom, you can come and you just buy food at the outside. And there's going to be merchandise. It's going to be a whole thing. So you're going to want to make sure that this Saturday you're out on Scott Field to be a part of Encore Fest. We created a special video just for you.
Whenever you're ready.
Hi, I'm Brian Gertler. And I'm Jake Canyon. I'm Jake Canyon. And I'm Rick Sandman. And I'm Jake Canyon. And we are here to talk to you today about the Encore Music Festival. Now you're probably wondering, well, gee willikers, golly gee, what is the Encore Music Festival? Let me tell you, it is a free, that's right, free music festival that is here on Greenville College's very own Scott Field.
But on a serious note, go ahead.
There's going to be free admission, so you can get in for free. Freely you can come in, and freely we will receive you. There's going to be food and Lots of bands. Copper Lily, which is composed of Tim Skipper from House of Heroes and Stephanie Smith. T. Jones from St. Louis.
Oh, hold on. I have a question. Who else is going to be there?
Sun Soaked.
Okay.
Adam Curry Band. Tyler Bradford Wright.
And this one?
And it starts at 2, Saturday, May 3rd. That's important to know. This Saturday, May 3rd. Did we mention it's free?
Yeah.
It's free. So
Bring your jackets. It's a scorcher. Bring your beach towels. It's a scorcher.
bring a bathing suit too, because it's going to be a scorcher.
We get a shot of the American flag.
America?
The trees.
Yeah.
The trees.
Can you do that, Taylor, for us?
Can you give us that? And bring your sundials. It'll be a scorcher. I'm so excited for it.
And tell all your friends. You can even bring your grandma too. Thank you. Did we mention that it's free?
Yeah.
You can come in for free.
You can figure out how you want to edit that too. If you want to just shut the. If you want to press the button right there, and then we're just shut it off.
I think so. Probably.
Now on to this morning's news. I don't know if you've looked outside, but it's pretty rainy and cold. The high today is only 55. This weekend it should be warming up, however, so make sure you... Hello? What are you doing here?
This morning, so we're on a morning show.
Oh, well, yeah, so, you like mornings?
Oh my goodness, no. Mornings are the worst.
Okay, so...
Mornings, I was just
tell me
asked
about-
to come here and sit. It's the morning.
So you're just here to sit? Well, so what did you do this morning? Like, tell me about your morning.
My morning, like normal people's mornings, starts out really awful. And what happens is you set an alarm or 20 around, like you have the best intentions in the morning to get up, to do things, to be productive with your life, but mornings just suck the joy out of you somehow. Set an alarm for maybe 6:15, 6:30, you snooze until 9, and then you have to drag yourself out of bed, lay on the floor some more, contemplating the meaning of existence. I have an existential crisis before I put my pants on in the morning, every morning. I climb into my closet, sit in my hamper, and put on my socks. That's my morning, normally.
Ow.
Yeah, what's your morning like?
Well, you see, I wake up with the sunshine and days. Well, we're here with Anti-Morning Girl, and she was just explaining to us about her mornings. She also, unfortunately, spilled a bit of coffee on herself.
Because mornings are hard.
Morning Girl, can you say hello with a pretty smile for our viewers? Your best morning smile. Let me see it. Oh. Okay, stop. Stop. No, you don't have to
They
do that.
like it.
No, it's okay. You don't have to do that anymore. That's okay.
I don't wanna
That's
smile.
fine. So, what about like on a Saturday, on a weekend? So that was like a typical going to
weekends.
school weekend. Tell me about your weekend morning.
On weekends, morning isn't even a thing in weekends. You just wake up whenever. You're like, oh, it's 3 p.m. I'm gonna get up and watch Netflix for 4 hours.
So
That's a weekend. That's how you should do life every day.
there's not a time.
No,
on
there's
weekends?
there's no
Clock?
purpose on weekends. There's no clocks.
Weekends don't have a purpose.
Probably.
Oh.
These are the things I contemplate in the morning. Mornings.
Mornings.
How do you have so many dresses? What's up with that?
Well, you see, I don't know if
Do
you
you have like an
know
unlimited
if you
supply of
noticed.
dresses?
Well, I don't know if you noticed
What's
the
up with that
tiara, but that means that I'm a princess. Therefore, I have to have dresses. It's a requirement. If you're a princess, you have to have dresses.
Do you wear like a nightgown to sleep? What's up with that?
Yeah, it's a dress.
Cool.
It's a night dress. That's why it's called a nightgown. Because you get to wear a gown tonight.
I'm fine with that, I guess.
What do you wear to bed?
I literally rolled out of bed.
Are
and
you
came
telling
here,
Are you
so-
telling me that you didn't get ready before you came?
This is me at my finest. I don't know what you're trying to insinuate.
Well, very love it. Would you mind introducing us to our next segment, Anti-Morning Girl?
Yup. Hey, watch this segment.
Back on.
So, Anti-Morning Girl, what is this whole tee-off about?
Tee-off, as I understand it, with my limited morning understanding, is a challenge each week to a different person on Greenville College to do something crazy around campus.
That is exactly what it is, Anti-Morning Girl. Very good. So last week, y'all challenged Norm Hall to do something ridiculous and crazy. Guess what? Norm delivered. Go ahead and watch this.
So, before I order my sandwich, can I ask some questions?
Sure.
Do you guys have tater tots here?
No.
No tots? No. All right, well, can I ask you a different question? Do you want to know what the secret is of Greenville College?
Yeah, I'd like to know that.
We call it the Big Four. Have you heard of it? Well, the deal is, in Greenville, we don't drink, we don't smoke, we don't cuss. We call that the Big Four. You heard of it? The Big Four. We don't drink, we don't smoke, we don't cuss.
Oh, that's only three.
Oh, that's right. And we don't have sex outside of marriage. So that means if you're married like me, you can, but if you're not married, you can't. So that is 4, right?
That's four, yeah.
So that does sound interesting, doesn't it? Have you guys thought about coming to Greenville College?
I actually attend break.
Nice to meet you. What's your name?
Christina.
Christina. Nice to meet you. It's good to be a Panther. All right. Thanks, guys.
Great.
Thanks, Norm. We really appreciate all that you're doing for Greenville. If you want to see somebody on campus do something ridiculous and crazy, go ahead and tweet in at GCMorningT or use the hashtag TeeOff to let us know who and what you would like them to do. We're pretty much open to ask anyone, and then we'll be able to see it here on Morning Tea with Princess Ashley. I don't know about you, but the part of the show where Olivia and Andrew hit the streets, that's my absolute favorite. So go ahead and watch this wonderful segment that Olivia and Andrew put on just for you.
Hi, I'm Andrew Page.
I'm Olivia Huber.
Once again, we are scouring the campus, looking for something out there. Do you ever like to jip and jive, or do the couch bounce?
What does that even mean?
Probably something sexual, I have no idea, I just found it on Google. But if you ever have a dance move that you like to do, we've captured some of those.
Yeah, we're going around and getting all of your best dance moves and compiling them into an awesome musical montage.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space. With the air, like I don't care, baby, by the way. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along.
This is about as much movement as I can exercise my life.
Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Here come bad news, talking this and that. Well, give me all you got and don't hold it back. Well, I should probably warn you, I'll be just fine.
other than Professor Ben Wayman. Welcome to Morning Tea. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thanks for having me.
So I have a list of questions for you.
Okay.
First off, I heard a story about how the first time you met your wife's father, he challenged you to a wrestling match. Can you expand
Yeah.
on that? Tell me that story.
How did you get this information?
Oh, I have my sources.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Well, it's true. We weren't dating, though.
Okay.
And so that made it all the more surprising. I reached forward to shake his hand, and he pulled me in and got me in a headlock, and I grabbed his leg, and he started hopping around. And I did what any respectable sophomore in college would do, and we started wrestling right there.
So is that like when you knew you had to marry this girl? Is when her father?
I didn't know what to think about it. It caught me
Wrestled
so
you.
off guard. But my now wife's mom had us stop the wrestling and go downstairs and finish off. So we did that, and yeah, the rest is history.
Now is this a constant like fight between the two of you? Do you still wrestle? Like,
We have wrestled since then. He's kind of like one of these, I don't know, one of these like ancient warriors, and you have to win his favor in order to date his daughter. So I guess that's
so
why
you had to wrestle.
I had to. I had no choice,
Very fun.
and it was worth it.
Good. Well, I heard that you have 3 boys.
Mhm.
Can you? What are their names?
Katie, Cole, and Connor.
Caden, Cole, and Connor. Do you call them by the wrong name all the time?
All the time.
All the time.
What's up?
There's Amber, Ashley, and Anna
Yeah.
in my family. So yeah, I'm never myself. But I understand.
As long as you're in
that.
the vicinity.
I
His
mean,
seat.
it's one of your children's
Just take it.
names, so yeah. I get called by my dog's name even sometimes, so that's it's fun. But so what is it like being the dad of 3 boys?
I love it. It's constant energy in the household. My wife is outnumbered. I don't know if she likes that, but she's getting used to it. And whenever we purchase anything, like a bike or a T-shirt, you have to make sure you really like it because you're going to be seeing it for like the next 10 years.
Yeah, that's
As we're
good.
handing
Hand
everything
down,
out,
yeah.
So that's all really nice, but it's fun.
Yeah.
We have soccer games every day of the week, and my oldest son just learned how to ride a bike on Saturday without training wheels. So that was
Wow,
kind of fun.
congratulations, Caden. Is that
Yeah,
correct?
Caden.
Congratulations, Caden.
Yeah, well done.
Very fun. So how are they alike and different? Like 3 boys, like are they like they have the same personality or you're just extremely different?
Totally different.
Yeah?
Yeah, Caden is he's like a scientist. He loves nature. He likes studying things. My wife just sent me a picture of him and his bearded dragon. He has a bearded dragon. My wife and I hate animals of all sorts, but we got a bearded dragon for this kid. And so there's a picture of him with a science book open, and he's writing notes, and he has a bearded dragon sitting on the page like he's writing around. So that's Caden. Cole is he's kind of a fighter. He's a scrappy little guy, and he gets in fights in soccer games all the time. He's 4.
Wow.
Yeah. One time we caught him down in the basement with his foot on Caden's chest, and I don't know where he's learning these things.
He's gonna be a ninja.
Yeah, we've outlawed Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in our household now.
Understandably.
So. And then Connor's our ham. He's funny. He's our comic.
I think that's a 3rd child thing.
Yeah, it must be.
I think the 3rd child, that's normally, they're just so funny.
Yeah, he brings comic relief to our chaotic life.
Awesome.
So he's great.
Thank you. Now, I hear that you're like super besties with Dr. Ken Dunnington.
Yeah.
How did you guys meet? How did that come about?
Yeah. Well, we met in seminary, and Dr. Dunnington was a part of an intentional community in seminary, which meant that he had all kinds of restraints on his life. And so I had a group of guys that we hung out with, and so Kent took on this kind of legendary status for all of us because we could only hang out with them once every month, and it had to be between 3 and 5 p.m. on a Thursday afternoon. So Kent took on this legendary status, and I mean he's awesome, and so we got to be good friends in seminary, and I think he actually ended up getting hired here at the college before I had decided to come back. And as luck would have it, or whatever it would be, I guess Christians don't believe in luck. We ended up buying houses directly behind each other. So we hey, what's up? So that's been kind of nice.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Now, he's a godfather, right, to one of your sons.
He is, Nicole, our
To
middle
Cole.
son, our fighter.
Very fun. Well, he has his hands full then.
He
as
does.
well.
He's Uncle Nuck. That's what they call him, Uncle Nuck.
Uncle Nuck.
Yeah.
Very fun. So if you had to describe, like, if you had to compare your friendship with Kent to that of a sitcom celebrity, like.
My relationship with
Yeah.
Kent. So both of us place us in a sitcom.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I want you to do.
How far back do you want me to go?
Oh, as far back as you want. You're not that old.
Oh, I'm really old. It's deceiving.
You're not. Oh, okay.
So, my favorite show growing up was Chips. You've never heard of it?
No.
California Highway Patrol. Oh, it's awesome. So
You can probably find it on YouTube.
you probably could. So
Okay.
Kent would be Officer John Baker,
Uh-huh.
and then I'd be Officer Ponch. I think it's Frank Poncherello or something like
Okay.
that. But Ponch. that's what it
Chips.
is.
Off the show
Chips.
Chips.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to have to look
But
that
then,
up.
like, if you take it to
Today.
today.
I mean, you could go about, like, Friends. I feel like that's still.
Okay, Friends. Oh, sure. So Kent loves Ross, and he is definitely Ross.
He is, yeah.
And
I
Kent,
think anybody could see
Kent
that.
always thought that Ross is the funniest guy in the show. And
Which everybody knows is
not true.
not true.
Not true at
No.
all. Right. But he said, how cool is that? This guy works in the dinosaur museum. Who wouldn't want to do that? My son Caden would disagree. Would
Right.
agree. He'd agree. He'd
Yeah,
like to work
who
there,
would
too.
want to do that? Yeah.
And I'd probably be Joey Tribbiani.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now tell me, how did you keep your youth? Because you just said, you just said that
Well, I don't know
it's
about
deceiving.
I don't know.
You just live life. You have 3 sons. They keep you young.
Yeah, sure.
That's probably it.
I'll take whatever you give me.
Okay. I'll tell you.
Just-
Now, you wrote a book, right?
I did.
Is this your first book?
First book. Yeah.
First published book?
Yep.
Tell me about it.
It's just my dissertation. And
Okay.
It's for 99.9% of people, it's a bore. But for me, it's riveting. I think
What's
it's
it
great.
about?
It's about this 4th century pastor
Mhm.
and his interpretation of the Psalms,
Okay.
how he read the Psalms. And my basic argument is that people have read this pastor wrongly,
Mm.
and that he has a kind of theological commitment to God's providence, God's loving care for the world. And that's what's driving his reading of the Psalms.
Okay. And how long did it take you to write your dissertation or this book?
I did it actually. I got a fellowship my last year of doctoral work. So I started writing in about August,
Mhm.
but I had done tons of research before that. But I started writing in August. I had it done in March.
Okay. Wow. So that was just like getting it done.
That's all I did.
Go to work.
I can focus. I can sit
Uh-huh.
in one spot and just go.
Now, this is your first year of teaching college students.
Yeah.
Tell me, how has that gone?
I love it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What has been your biggest joy with teaching college?
I think the students. I don't think students realize how much they can affect a class.
Mm-hmm.
And when students are willing to show up and to pay attention. Sure.
Yeah. So
Well,
like,
he's just-
how does the show set up? Like they sit facing backwards. They can't see them. Is that how it is?
That's just for the blind auditions.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's different levels.
Yeah. So they're selected purely on the merit of their voice at the beginning, but then the coaches, they really coach them, and yeah, I think it's
So it gets
it's
really
fun.
cool. So you can see them progress.
Yeah.
You can see this. That is very cool. So if you had to choose a song
Yeah.
to be your audition song, you're going
Sure.
about to be on The Voice. What song are you going to sing?
Gosh. Well, I wouldn't be auditioning for The Voice to begin with, because I cannot sing.
Like at all?
Not at all.
You're not a Brian Hartley.
No, he's great.
He is great.
You know, Dr. Dunnington can sing.
I did
you
not
know
know
this?
that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we're gonna have to have him back on the show.
You should.
He'll have to
You
sing us a
should.
few songs. He could be our musical guest.
Yeah. Now you're talking.
Yeah.
I think there's a new vocation there for
Yeah.
him somewhere.
He could move on from philosophy.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
princesses. Yeah, they
They're
don't.
not
They
in your
don't enter
household
our
very
home very.
much,
Yeah,
yeah.
they really don't, except for my wife. So my niece loves princesses though.
Mhm.
And she lives here in town. She had a princess party just like a week ago,
mm-hmm.
and she loves every single Disney princess except for Snow White
Huh.
because she claims Snow White is like too boyish. Her hair is too short,
Interesting.
and she has a big collar.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd say
She
Snow
pops
White.
her
I'd be
collar.
Snow White.
You'd be Snow White.
Yeah.
I mean, she does hang out with like
Cool
animals
guys.
and
Yeah.
like 7 dwarfs.
Yeah.
And she's
Who would
pretty.
want to do that?
she's
That's a good
pretty-
life.
Yeah, she's pretty awesome.
Sure.
So I asked you earlier if you'd play a Bible trivia game with
Okay.
us, and you agreed.
Yeah.
So are you ready?
I guess.
This is gonna be like lightning round. Like we're just gonna go through this, and you're just gonna give your best guess if you don't know.
Okay.
Okay. Number 1. What was the name of Moses' sister? If you need a hint, I have a hint.
His wife is Zipporah.
Yeah.
Miriam?
Yeah.
Miriam.
Woo! Number 1. So you're scoring 1 on the
Okay.
tally. What got sent to the Israelites? That's when he wanted water to come
How did he
from the rock.
heal the
How did he
bitter-
heal the bitter waters in Mara?
Oh.
He cast a tree into them.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
I wouldn't think to do that.
I wouldn't either, but Moses, he's one of a kind.
Yeah,
He
he's
really
he's
is.
the prophet.
Okay, what queen tried to kill Elijah after he put the prophets of Baal to death?
Isabel.
Jezebel.
Jezebel.
Yeah, I mean, no,
Yeah,
the
something like
Isabel.
that.
You got that in
Jezebel.
there, yeah. What was Lot's relation to Abraham?
Man, you're sticking with the Old Testament. Lot's relation to Abraham, that's his nephew.
Yes. Where was Jesus mostly raised? Where did he spend most of his younger years?
Nazareth, I guess.
Yes. What was the name of the man who was promised by the Holy Spirit that he wouldn't die before he saw the Messiah?
Zechariah.
No. Try again.
The man that was promised that he wouldn't die.
Starts with an S.
So, Simon?
Close, Simeon.
Simeon.
I mean, I thought it was Simon at first, but it's Simeon.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was very good.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
You gave me a map to your heart, knowing right from the start I would not get there. And I followed the dashes around, going town after town on a wing and a prayer. Charleston, Chattanooga, Pittsburgh, Tuscaloosa, on down through Yuma into Mexico. And she said, I thought you'd give up soon now. Oh girl, I had to prove you wrong. I'll chase your heart until you let it go. I gave you that night just to prove that you wouldn't pursue. You just let me go. 'Cause heaven forbid that a man has to give it his all for my love to grow. Well, I tried to make you look twice. My second glance looked quite nice. I decided I would keep my eye on you. And just like Magellan, who'll brave stormy seas, so did you, and it was all for me. That's right. Charleston, Chattanooga, Pittsburgh, Tuscaloosa, on down to Yuma into Mexico. And she said, I thought you'd give up soon now. Oh girl, I had to prove you wrong. I'll chase your heart until you let it go.
Well, we're back. Thank you so much, Ben. I really
You're welcome.
appreciate you being here this morning. I hope you have a magical day, Greenville.
Morning tea again. Morning tea again. Morning tea again. Sip, 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 sip.